Hi guys, it's Paul again. Welcome back to my YouTube art channel. Welcome to, as well, everybody on day, just drop my pencil. It's day 11 of my work with Annick Moore and Egglish regeneration scheme. And I just thought I'd show you the last few videos. I've mentioned a couple of pads that I've bought on Amazon from a company called Art Gecko. And they're really good pads. Sketch pads, and they're quite cheap as well on Amazon. So I've ordered a couple of new ones, and they've arrived. And I made a mistake with this one. I wanted to buy an A4 paper one with grey paper, so I can use some white crayons and some pastels and things. And what came through the post, by mistake, I think I just pressed the wrong button on the, you've got to be careful when you're ordering Art Gecko pads that you click the right, because there's all sorts of options. This has come through, which is it's called Desert Sand, and it's card. So anyway, rather than sending it back, because it probably cost me as much to send back, I thought I'd have a bit of a sketch and a doodle earlier on tonight. So and I've started drawing little kind of cartoon monsters. This is one I've created myself just off the top of my head. So doing all sorts of kind of cute monster art, I suppose. So then that got me thinking to try and find some other artists that do work with kind of animated monsters. And I found a couple which are really cool illustrators and artists. One's called Dreadpen, and that's the first one I'm going to do. He's done all sorts of like little doodles every day. And then there's another guy that's called, let me just get this, that's called Manic N. Ratan. And he does doodles that interact with everyday objects. I'm going to have a go at one of his in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one very quickly to go alongside mine that I've created from an artist called Dreadpen. And yeah, I quite like this paper actually. Well, it's not paper, it's card. But it changes all your colours. So the grey isn't as grey. You have to press down a little bit more. It gives you all sorts of different tones on your greens. And even my Stabilo fine liner that I use is slightly different how it goes, because it doesn't go into the paper because it's card. It sits on top. That's the problem when you can smudge this a little bit easier, I think. But these could make really good greetings cards. You could cut these cards and send them to people if you wanted to. So very quick, I'm just going to do. I'm going to do this Dreadpen art next to mine, and I'm going to draw it so it's kind of tucked in. Is one of his legs tucked in behind my tail of this slug-like creature that I've done. So I don't know how big he did this, because there's no reference for size-wise, so I'm just going to do it quite small. Okay, so an eye like that on the side, and then he's got another eye, obviously the other side, similar size. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same shape actually with monsters. If you've been creative, you can do whatever you want with them. Okay, and the fine liner, it almost looks like pencil, I think, on this pad, on this desert sand pad. So you don't even really need to use the fine liner. So he's got a little smile. This one is. He's got a little tiny little smile like that. But he's got one tooth here, and then he's got a smaller tooth just tucked behind it like that. His nose, which I haven't got on mine, goes like that. And then you want to try and keep the curve similar on one side compared to the other, very similar kind of shape here. So that's about it. Okay, and what he does with his legs, he just tucks them around. You can't see the other one because I've tucked it behind my tail, but it does that kind of thing. Okay, now his hands his arms. Again, on mine I haven't got any, because it's like a slug-like creature. With this one, that's all he's done for the arms or the hands. So he's gone curved like this, okay, and he's got a little bit. He's put a little cute belly button in. Now, on the belly button, there's a letter X in there, okay. Eyes, he's got like mine, all over the place. His eyes. So one face is out, and one face is out like that, and then the top of his head, you just follow this curve around, okay, and it's almost like a fish-like now, flat at the top and then curved again, okay, and it's got a couple of lines here and a couple of lines there. Now, if you wanted to be kind of authentic like Dread Pen's work, I think it's a guy called David Ritsevsky, but he goes by Dread Pen, I think. If you wanted to be authentic, you need a couple of reds, a lighter red. He's kept a white streak actually around the outside of the body. It's like a shiny section here. I think he's done this on computer actually, on digital art. So we're doing a crayon version of it. So we'll leave that section slightly, well, it's completely white, okay. Just be careful with this, as I say, with this card. If you're using card, you might be using paper. It's fine on white paper, by the way. You can do exactly the same as I'm doing, just on paper. If you are using card and you're doing a drawing like this, just be careful when you go over the pencil line. It does tend to smudge a little bit, so you just want to be a little bit careful about that. Okay, now the teeth are white on the original, so we'll keep them white. You can change the teeth colour if you wanted to. Okay, I'd just start experimenting with creating your own monsters. Maybe if you're in the, certainly if you're in the Annick an English group, if you want to start creating your own monsters, send them onto the Facebook page, or ask your parents to share them on the Annick Facebook page, and Andrea will share the photos, so you could have a little competition really as to who could create the craziest looking, colourful, cute monster art. Okay, so this is really quite easy to do, these kind of pieces. You can just have fun creating your own. Okay, so nearly finished now. This is a really simple piece of artwork, okay? Nothing too difficult about this. And make sure if you want to carry on watching these that you click subscribe if you can. Share it with your friends and family. Hopefully people will then come on board and join you guys. If you're anywhere else around the world, obviously thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed some of the videos. Hope you learnt something. I'm certainly learning as I'm going along. Starting to do some live teaching next week well, actually on Zoom, so that'll be a different experience for me. I think it's a little bit easier teaching face to face than 20 or 30 students in front of you on a Zoom video. You've probably bad experience of doing that in your primary high schools if you're at school. Okay, so highlighting now on that. So I'm just going to pick up, you'll notice it's not as clear as if you're doing it on white here, but we'll still go over things. Little nose here, curve around the eyes. I'm using a Stabilo fine liner. You can get these on Amazon really cheap as well. You can get 10 for about £4.90 I think on Amazon. They're really good quality highlighter pens. You might have fine liners, sorry. not highlighters. You might have some of these at home or one kicking around. Definitely start using them, they're really good. Go around any artwork. Okay. So got on a t-shirt, this is what I think. Just round here. Now just be careful again with smudging. Try not to smudge. I always try my best to keep my hand off the work that I'm doing. Sometimes difficult. Okay. Don't forget that little bit of the leg down there as well. Now, to make it authentic, to make him look as if he is on the ground, we'll just do a small circle of grey. Okay. Small circle of grey underneath his legs. Okay. In between this tail of my creature I created. In the messages, if you want to let me know what kind of creatures you're creating as well. I could do with a name for this one as well. Suggest some names for me, that'd be good. Oh, got a shout out to do as well. SJ Arts asked for a shout out in one of the videos, so thanks SJ for all your support, always commenting on a number of my videos. It's on YouTube as SJ Arts, so big shout out to you. Hopefully you're well and safe and happy in lockdown. Certainly doing lots of artwork, I think. Quite keen on art, so that's great to see. So a little bit of grey over the top of this now. Okay, and we'll just put a little bit of grey. I'm not going to bother with darker red actually with this pad. Where my grey is here, you could go over this with darker shade of red, but I don't think I need it. I'm going over this red with like a silvery grey. Okay, just to darken, just a shade in the bottom half of his body here. Okay, like I've done with this side, and underneath his eye here. Okay, might have to put a couple under that one as well just to match, so he's got bags under his eyes. There we go. Okay, just want to show you very quickly, and there's no colour involved with this. Let me just show you this other artwork, which is really good. Okay, so just turn the page there we are. Hopefully you can see that okay. So the piece of art I wanted to show you is by Manik N Ratan, R-A-T-A-N, and he's done loads of artwork normally with a good dinosaur. So let me just quickly sketch this out and I'll show you. I'm not going to do a brilliant version of this artwork, but there's no colour involved here. Alright, so you guys don't need to worry about colouring in. You could do if you wanted to. So in here, this is going to be, it's a dinosaur, it's a little cute dinosaur actually. If you can just draw this kind of thing. So that's the kind of shape for the dinosaur's tummy. This is his leg coming in now. Okay, so we've got a foot like this. And he's got kind of 3 toes, which finishes here. This artist is fantastic, great ideas, really good ideas. Okay, I've got another little leg coming in here. Okay, and that's tucked in behind the other one. And you can only see 2 toes on this one. Like that, okay. And then this becomes, the tummy here becomes a tail. So this goes up and it forms the head here. Okay, this is the mouth. Let me just show you what he's done here. He's got a curve there for the top of his mouth, then he's got two teeth which are curved. Okay, like that. Alright, then he's got the top of his head goes up and over. However, he's continued with this. He's got a sharp, pointed crest, if you like, over the top of his head. But one comes down like this. Okay. The other ones go like this. My dog will probably go mad now because somebody's just come into the front door. Okay. Just bear with me. Thanks, Sam. Next door neighbour just popping something outside my back door, on my front door, sorry. Working in the kitchen, you see, getting disturbed by people. I'm doing some lockdown shopping for an elderly couple down the lane who was stuck in their house. And every week they send me with another neighbour, send me the requests for shopping on a Friday. Okay, so this is the hand like this, and then we've got an eye here, an eye here, and we've got another, what looks like a triangle or an arrow. Okay, so we've got this kind of effect. Alright. He's got some lines down here, some arrows and some lines, so this kind of thing going on. Okay, so kind of points or triangles like this. Alright, it's got some lines over here. And now, importantly, do a line like this, and a dot. A couple of lines outside here. And then we'll go another small one and another small one like this, okay? So that is our that's our little dinosaur, and he's got some more shade and lines up here, okay? And then he's got a little bit of a shade. He's done this black, but I might do it grey. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my grey, giving a little bit of shade underneath his feet. Okay, he's done this artist's done this purely in black and white, so this shade is an ink pen. Okay, now I'm just going to go over this with a fine liner, and then I'll show you what he's done to interact with his surroundings. Quite clever if you check him out on something like Pinterest. This isn't exactly the exact copy of his work, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so this creature features in a lot of his artwork in different poses. And this is a creature I think he's just made up. Okay, so it's nice and light. We've got his belly going down there. This is his other foot. Okay. And we'll put some lines on here which should be grey, so we'll probably do those grey in a little minute or two. He's got a sharp kind of fin there, and then he's got these curves at the top. They're not spikes. Well, they are, but they're a bit flat at the top. Okay. And these go all the way down. A little one at the bottom. Okay, he's got this funny, it's not a smile, it's kind of a grimace if you like, because something's happening to him. And I'll show you exactly what in a minute. You can find any kind of item in your cupboard here, kind of a sharp item. Okay, and we're going to have a little tear mark there, and another little kind of sweaty tear drop there as well. Okay, these are signify that the animal's moving. Okay, and he's got some lines here. I've just got one line missing now there. Okay, so interacting with the environment, he's got a sharp, hopefully you can see this, a sharp pencil, and the sharp pencil is there. Okay, so it looks like he's being prodded by a sharp pencil, and he does all sorts of art like that. So if you position you take a photo of it then and send it to the Anak Moore Facebook group if you're in part of that group. So it's just got sharp pencil. I suppose you can have another sharp implement in your kitchen, maybe something like that. So it looks like he's been prodded in his tummy. Okay, so I'll perhaps do a few more of those by Manik N. Ratan. Okay, using household items as creative inspiration for his amusing doodles. And that's on a number of blogs. There's a blog on the internet called Creative Blog. It's got 190,000 followers, and they always put some really cool artwork on there. So there you go. Just missed a little tiny bit of an armpit, which is here. Okay, and we've got some lines there. All right. There we go. Okay, so that is it. Okay, see you again tomorrow for day 12. That was day 11 of my work with Anak Moore in the Portadown area of Northern Ireland. So hope you guys are well anyway, and see you soon.